All right. It looks like we are live. I hope everybody's doing well. It is Women Who Rock Wednesday on the Johnny Foxtrot channel. I hope everybody is having a great Wednesday, or if it's already Thursday where you're at, that's cool too. That is also cool. It might be Tuesday in some parts of the world as well. So yeah, we don't discriminate on what day of the week it is, but around here it's Women Who Rock Wednesday. So we're excited about that. Hope everybody's having a good day. I have had one of those days today where I feel like no matter what I do, I don't have enough time in the world to do everything I would like to do today. Does that make sense? Like I got a million things I would love to do today, and I've had to prioritize and shift and move things around. And sometimes you make the wrong decisions. Sometimes you do. And sometimes you make the right ones. But I think I'm somewhat happy with how the results of the day have turned out today. So I'm happy for that. What is going on, Paul? Old thing here. Yeah, we're starting new slang on the Johnny Foxtrot Discord for sure. We're opening a whole new world, mate. There's one person I think so far that has told me that I should not say it, and I think it might have been just more of the contrarian in some people, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I'm just curious. I think it's just one of those things that they don't want to hear me say it a lot in videos. And I'm like, I wasn't planning on saying it like all the time in videos. I always say Poe in like Poe videos, you know what I mean? Like I always say videos in Poe and Band-Maid videos or in reference to them. So it's more about just keeping it within the fan base. You know what I'm saying, mate? Yeah, I'm not planning on using it like all the time, but you know, I think just like even it would just be a cool thing to just like say it to strangers, like at the gas station and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like somebody holds open the door for you. Instead of saying thanks, man, you just say, hey, thanks, mate. You know what I mean? You know, something like that. Like, you know, just to make them think for a second. You know what I mean? Because like, is he Australian? But he don't sound Australian. Just another someone. How are you doing, my friend? Always good to see you, Steve. What's going on there, mate? How are you doing? I am a few minutes late behind today. Again, I'm always late. I set my clocks early because I know I'm always late, but, you know, the real time will always tell the real truth that way. So, yeah, I set it for 8:30. I'm a couple minutes behind today, but that's okay. Like I was saying, I have felt like I've had one of those days where I feel like no matter what I do and no matter there's not enough time in the day today. Does that make sense? Some days I don't want to do nothing at all, and some days there's not enough time in the day for me to be able to accomplish all the things I would like to accomplish. And that's kind of how I'm feeling today. I might have been a little overzealous with putting 6 songs in the lineup today because I felt like that was kind of a lot. But at the same time, I didn't record a lot the last couple of days. So I was very excited to kind of get into some music today and getting to check out some more Women Who Rock and just getting into a little bit of all kinds of requests. So I kind of got a little bit of a lineup already going. We started talking about that a little bit on the Discord as well, about getting the basically kind of showing what was happening, if you will, of when we were going to be doing what songs and stuff like that. I have not found the greatest way yet to be able to kind of have it like on the screen at all times. I've been looking, and I have, again, not enough time in the day to do everything I want to do. I got to sleep at some point too, guys. Like, you know, I got mad sleeping problems, but if you think that I am lazy as a creator, then you are sadly mistaken, because I feel like almost every second of my day dedicated to something to do with what I got going on here. If anything, I need to separate some of myself from what being involved in my work too much, I think. So constant brain power going on about this channel. Constant brain power. So definitely not trying to slack over here. So, oh, what is going on, Lliac? How are you doing, my friend? I still do not know if I'm saying your name right. I'm so sorry if I am mispronouncing it. I will learn eventually one day. It's so good to see you. And we are going to get into Angelina Jordan is number 2 on the list tonight. So we got her on the list. I did try to kind of post a little preview promo thing on YouTube. I probably need to turn that off because that's making noise already. I need to turn notifications off, so that way I don't get notified and it won't show up. I think I also fixed my problem of like what the recordings of these live streams on the backside. I think I fixed what like the end product looked like, if that makes sense. So I'm hopeful that tonight the videos that we record and create tonight are going to be of a higher quality and standard than what the previous live stream recordings were. So very hopeful for that. I think I got that figured out and fixed out, so that would be cool if I did. Yes, let's just go ahead and mute. Let's just go ahead and mute it for now. We'll just do that. So, my bad. I was talking about the lineup. I got a little sidetracked. So, if you have not seen on the Discord, we now have a live stream lineup at the top of the Discord right now, where we can basically, you'll see, I will create the list of what we're going to go through in the next live stream that I plan on doing, the list that in the order that I plan on doing it. I did it very slowly and prepared exactly the way I wanted to go about it. So I also mentioned in the description today that if anybody has any kind of donation-based requests that they would like for me to do, I appreciate you for them on the front side, but we will get to those completely separated from today's particular live stream. I'm looking at probably potentially doing a lot more live streaming and recording a lot more of my reactions this way. So I'm thinking of trying to get more like dedicated days to specific live streams. So like I thought about doing like a Ren and Friends type of live stream, or like last Wednesday when we kind of focused on a little bit more of like the softer side of the women who rock, versus like maybe today where we're getting into a little bit of a mixture of all of it. So thought about Ren and Friends. I thought about International Day. I've got a few different live stream ideas. I thought about Patreon only requests, you know, those kinds of things. So there's a few different things that I've been kind of working out. So you guys will definitely have to let me know what your thoughts are on what those overall things, if you guys would be interested in that kind of stuff. So good to see you, Maul. Good to see you in the chat. Hey, old thing. Yes, I love the new I love the new slang that we got going on the Johnny Foxtrot family right now. And the Foxtrot family, we're creating new things every day that are just making us that much more exciting. So I love that. So the lineup, if you haven't got a chance to see it. So we're going to start with, we got Raye with the Brit Awards 2024 medley, where I guess she is going to cover Ice Cream Man, Prada, and Escapism. So I know the song Escapism, and I don't know Ice Cream Man or Prada. So this is going to be new for me, so I'm excited about that one. That's what we're going to get to first. Second up, we got Bad Valentine by Angelina Jordan again. This time we're going to be checking out the Toby Gad live at the Alex Theater version, because apparently this is a better version than the one we checked out before. This is apparently like a more jazz-focused kind of style, and it's also a live performance. So I'm excited to check that out for Angelina Jordan today. Then we are going to be jumping into our good friends from The Warning. I did not put out a recorded reaction for The Warning today, so there's probably some people from the Warning Army that are probably like, yo, Johnny, what the hell, bro? Like, you've been on a roll with the videos with that. But I have not done a live Warning reaction yet, so we're going to knock that out tonight. And we're going to start with Unmendable, which I believe, and if somebody, one of my moderators, please tell me if I'm wrong here. Steve, I'll be looking to either you or Aaron. I don't think I've seen him yet, but I'll be looking at you specifically to make sure that Unmendable is the first one from the Dakota bar, because that's what I thought when I was looking at the thing. It looked like that was the first one from the set, so I was trying to go back to the beginning and start that particularly, because I did like the idea of going through the Lenario concert on a live stream. So I did like that idea a lot. So the Dakota bar was what I wanted to check out more of today. So if Unmendable is the first one from that show, that is the one I'm looking to do today. So after we get into The Warning, we're going to get into Jules is Dead. Jules is Dead is what appears to be a newer artist that I don't think has a ton of music out there right now, and I'm not familiar with them. So this is going to be a whole new suggestion. I can't remember exactly how I got this one, but it is going to happen tonight. We're going to check out Jules is Dead. Then we're going to jump into another band Mako request. So we are going to get into Secret Mako Lips, which is apparently, I got a whole backstory on this now. So I know more about Band-Maid and the idea of band Mako, or Miko. Band Miko, I think is the better way to pronounce it, and what the idea of this entire thing really is. So I got some education from my last one on that, so I'm excited to check out another one from them. And then we are going to finish off the night with our friends in Lliac and the song Carousel. I've gotten a lot of this one's requests for this song from the very beginning of my journey with Lliac. Carousel was brought up from the beginning. If they weren't mentioning other covers, they were talking about this song. So I was very excited to check this one out today. So, looks like we had a few more people who have showed up in the chat. Ramon, how are you doing? Michael, I see you as well. I hope everybody is doing well today. So we are going to be getting into a handful of women who rock in all kinds of different ways, really. So we don't discriminate on what women who rock really means. We open that category up into really just women who are overall just badass in nature. So we try to show that a little bit of love and support for our ladies here each and every Wednesday. So first up, we are going to get into Raye, and I think we are going to get into that right now. If I get into like a little bit of a spiel, because basically I have decided that I'm going to basically kind of like block you guys out of my mind for a moment while I kind of go into some of these reactions, and then I'll kind of snap back out of it and kind of get back into the chat. So I'm going to try to record these as if I would be recording them like without you guys on here with the live stream. But it does not mean I'm going to ignore the live stream. It just means that while I'm going through the songs, unless I start seeing some exclamation pop up from my moderators, that's what I will be looking for, because that means that there's a celebrity in the house, and then we got to stop what we're doing. So appreciate my moderators for helping me out today. We are going to, if I can remember correctly, I'm going to try to share the songs with you guys. And you guys let me know, somebody please let me know if these are working okay, as the actual links to the actual songs that I am checking out, just for anybody who wants to be able to check them out on their own in their own time. And this was going to be the first one with Raye. Let me go ahead and get this set up correctly. All right, window capture on. And let's make that full screen. All right, we are going to be checking out Raye and her medley from the Brit Awards 2024 show. So the Brit Awards, I would imagine, is some sort of equivalent to like our Grammys and our MTV Video Awards, I would imagine. I'm not really too familiar with the different stuff over there. People kind of thought that I was a little crazy for not knowing that specific venue that they were at. I was like, I told you guys that I knew it was a legendary venue, but I didn't know exactly like the details of it. I try to like let you know like where my overall brain power is on this at all times. So try to always keep it honest with you guys. Appreciate y'all for that, for letting me do that. So let's go ahead and check out Raye and this Ice Cream Man, Prada, and Escapism medley. I am not familiar with Ice Cream Man or Prada, but I am familiar with the song Escapism. Really love that one a lot. So let's go ahead and check this out. I would imagine this is probably going to be pretty spectacular.
So this producer hit me up on a DM. He told me, hey, I really like what you are doing. He told me, come round to the studio, let's cook it. He told me, come to catch a vibe and make some music. But when I got there, should have heard what he was saying. Trying to touch me, me, I'm not playing. I should have left that place as soon as I walked in it. How goddamn dare you do that to me, really? Coming like the ice cream man, till I felt his ice cold hands, and how I pay the price now. Damn. Said everything you did, it left me in a ruin. And no, I didn't say a word. I guess that proves that I'm a woman. Oh, yes I am. 'Cause I'm a woman of faith.
That is like so wild of a sentiment to like put in a song like that. Like, hold on, let me go back. I gotta listen to that one more time.
Oh, yes I am. And no, I didn't say a word. I guess that proves that I'm a woman. Oh.
And though I didn't say a word, I guess that proves that I'm a woman. Wow, wow. I feel like we talk about this quite a bit. And it's just another example of when I talk about like how like no matter how good it might be today for women, because if you think about everything, right, today, right now, is the best that it's ever been, period. And tomorrow it'll be the best that it's ever been, period, again. Because that is how time works. You know what I mean? So just because today is the best where we stand doesn't mean that the work is over. It doesn't mean that there isn't still work to be done, that sometimes things go backwards. And I feel like there's so many things that go through waves of like, it gets better for a little while and then it gets worse again. And I feel like that's what a lot of people are really worried about right now in the country, especially in the United States right now with the current election. And I hate to even bring anything up, but I think a lot of people are just concerned overall in general about the future. Because I think that they're concerned and worried that things are going to go too far backwards in some aspects. And I'm not going to say open the door for what those things are and all that, but I think that just the current status of like just like how people are feeling today is that. And I think that especially when it comes to the idea of how women are feeling right now, where they're concerned that they're going to go back in time and we're going to go back to a point where your voice is not heard anymore and we don't care what you have to say. There's already so much of a problem today with so many different men out there that are still treating their wives and the ladies and the women in their life like they are property. There's a lot of guys that don't. That is the progress. But I think a lot of people are worried about those people who are kind of on the fence about that, really leaning into the idea of going back to those times when we were really treating women terribly. And I think that's what a lot of people are concerned and scared about. The fact that she said, like, you know, like I said, this overall sentiment of like, you know, I guess that makes me a woman because I have to be quiet. I have to be this way. Like so many people have said lately with so many different videos about like how they have been raised in environments like their fathers would teach them this stuff, that their mothers would basically also teach them the same thing, that like that a man is taught to basically take care of himself and to be independent of that. And a woman is taught to put other people ahead of themselves, to latch themselves on to somebody else and do that. It's not everybody. Don't put words in my mouth. We're talking about just generalizations here. There's way too many people that are sharing their stories of personal stories on my channel every single day. That when somebody brings up like the idea of that, like, you know, I'm painting too broad of a stroke about all men out there. I know there's a lot of guys out there that are trying and never have been those guys. They never were. They never had to be. Their entire lives they respected women. They treated them as equals, and they treated their sisters, their mothers, their daughters, their nieces, all of them. They did what they were supposed to do. That was what they were supposed to do. You shouldn't get a pat on the back for doing what you're supposed to do. You shouldn't get a pat on the back for being a good person. You shouldn't get a pat on the back for treating a woman as an equal. You don't deserve that. That just should be a fact. But it's the fact that some people feel like they need to be recognized. They need somebody to tell them, hey, you're great. You're great that you act this way. That is part of the problem. That is why women suffer in silence. That's why people are so scared. It's why women don't come forward when they get abused. That's why women don't come forward when they get sexually assaulted, when they get sexually harassed. Because a lot of times they're just not even believed. They're not taken seriously. Oh, you're probably asking for it. There's always so many different things that, like, we have these preconceived notions in our minds that we put onto women that we don't do as much to guys. I don't know if this music is supposed to make me feel this way. I don't know if this music is supposed to make me think all this stuff, but it does. It does every time. And I feel like every time I've touched on any kind of Raye song, she's put me on some sort of tangent, somewhere sideways, where it makes me really concerned about the women in my life right now, because I know that a lot of them are not scared, and some of them are very, very scared. I have both sides of the perspective in my worlds, and I feel for them. I do. The same way I feel for my kid, the same way I feel for the future, the same way I feel for my nieces and my nephews, of like the world that they're going to have to grow up in and how are they going to be treated, because I know how I was treated. And I don't want them to have to go back and go backwards in time and feel the same things that we've been trying to fight against them having to go through. Because now we are saying that kids are too soft because we raised them in an environment where they didn't have to go through such shitty lives like we did. How quickly we changed the narrative of we should do the right thing by our kids and love them, and now we're too soft on them. Now we're putting out, these kids who can't take care of themselves. Yeah, it is a problem. They are very they're not self-reliant. But good parents still find those ways to still teach them. Because our parents fucked up half the shit they taught us too. They instilled a lot of 50 for 50. Some of it was good, some of it was bad. You know what I mean? Some things you would never do, and some things you were like, they did that right. You know what I mean? And not everybody has that blessing. Not everybody has parents like that. You know what I mean? Some people just have shit parents, period. That's why I don't buy into the idea of like you owe your family anything. Because you don't. You don't owe them shit. Just because they birthed you, now you owe them everything? They chose to have you. You didn't have a say in it. You didn't. So why should you owe everything to them? Just because they brought you into this world does not mean that they get to control it. You know what I mean? You still have to earn that. You still have to earn that love. You still have to earn that respect. You don't automatically get it just because you brought me here. That makes no sense. It makes zero sense in the grand scheme of things. But if you want to live in a society where you are told that you have to do those things, then that's your choice too. You know what I mean? I don't buy into that. I believe in the idea of freedom and freedom of choice. And I feel like family is a freedom of choice. You choose who your family is. You choose who you spend your time around. You choose who you choose to actually open up to. That is your family. Those are the people you trust. And it doesn't have to be your blood. It doesn't have to be. But you're lucky if it is. You know what I mean? I'm lucky enough that I have a good relationship with my family, but not really outside of the immediate one. Everybody in the rest of my family thinks I'm terrible. Everybody does. Not to air out any of my family's laundry like that, but I'm literally the blackest sheep of my family. You know what I mean? Like, nobody fucks with me outside of my mom and my dad and my sister. So, if that tells you anything about kind of where I come from, that's kind of where I'm at in my life. That nobody likes me because I'm a terrible guy. So, yeah, I'm off of it. Let's get back on the music, fam. I'm sorry. I got on a tangent. Raye does this to me. She does. I'm sorry. She gets me thinking, and it gets me going on these paths.
Oh, yes, I am. 'Cause I'm a woman, a faith, brave, strong woman. And I'll be damned if I let a man ruin how I walk, how I talk, how I do it. Man, I've been broken for a moment, I've been through it, no. It's even harder to be brave alone. I was a girl, now I'm grown, I'm a woman. A very strong woman. I wish I could say how I feel. Explain why I'm silently blaming myself. 'Cause I put on these faces, pretending I'm fine. And then I go to the bathroom and I press rewind in my head. Always going round and round in my head. Your fingerprints stuck a stain on my skin. You made me frame myself for your sin. You pathetic dead excuse of a man.
Man, somebody, she made me think, because I've heard songs before with the similar thought process of like the idea of like equating this kind of person to an ice cream man. And somebody had sent me a song about someone else singing about a very similar subject about this yesterday. Went and listened to it. So I've listened to something very, very similar like this recently, and it's kind of been weighing on my mind since then. Just the thoughts and ideas of what all this is really talking about and exposing. It really got me thinking about the fact that somebody shared a comment with me one time that said, like, every guy in my life doesn't buy into anything to do with the Me Too movement. That they hate the Me Too movement. And not to open the door too much on that, because I think that it's important to believe people when they tell you that this happened to them. But it does open a door for people to exploit that and try to say that you have to believe me because I said that you should. And I don't think that's right either. So that being said, the idea of not buying into the idea of not the Me Too movement at all is pretty radical, in my opinion. Because how many artists need to write a song, literally probably in a audience where you're probably singing to somebody who knows exactly who you're writing the song about? They might even be there. You know what I'm saying? Billie Eilish did the same thing. Who do you think that she was writing that song about? You know what I mean? Like, how many people have to write stuff like this, tell these stories, for you to understand that powerful people do bad things? And the music industry is another example of another one of those industries where there's a lot of slimy, greasy people in it that do a lot of bad stuff just to make you, hey, you want to be a star or what? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to write an entire song like this. Like, that is why I feel like the industry never messed with Raye. They never liked her like that, because she was going to be the one who talked about airing out the dirty laundry of what this was like. And anytime that an artist does that, it never works out for them. It never does, because those people don't want those kind of people around. We don't want you talking about what we do here. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what she does. She exposes it. She exposes that lifestyle for what it is. There's other artists that do it too. They are, but we don't listen to them, right? Because why listen to them? Why? A bunch of people talking about the same thing. They can't. There's no way that there's any kind of continuity with that. Like, you know, that makes no sense. Why a bunch of artists would say the same things about these situations? You know, listen, all ignore it. It's all hypothetical circumstances. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in Prince's house, purple paint all on the walls, sitting down on this fancy couch and I can't see straight, I'ma stay, 22, I'm in Paris, baby, got strippers in my face, roll up in a Bentley, I'm Christian, I'm offended,
Yeah, we kind of had to bring up the energy a little bit after that, because that was like a smack in the face, like literally a dumpster truck, like, of emotion to start off the record like this, man. Like, talk about setting the mood for a performance. Like, no wonder everybody was recommending this, because like when you think about the reality of what's happening here, like this, amazing. She is so great. She gives me all the energy that I loved about Amy Winehouse, like in a different way. But the same thing, like the love that I had for her, that's what Raye gives me.
I see you sad little sinner. The devil works hard, like my liver. I wanna be alive, but I don't wanna die. A fist full of pills and rivers in my eyes. Nothing left to lose. Hear my cry when it's too dark to see. Let there be light. Let there be light. I ordered 2 more wines, 'cause tonight, all I want. A little context if you care to listen. I find myself in a position. The man that I love sat me down last night and he told me that it's over. And I don't wanna feel how my heart is ripping. In fact, I don't wanna feel, so I stick to sipping. And I'm out on the town with a simple mission in my little black dress, and it's just a heart roll. I use 6-inch in the back of the nightclub, sipping champagne. I don't trust anybody. In the back of the taxi, sniffing all drunk calls, drunk texts, drunk tears, drunk sex. I was looking for a man. Sails back to the intro, back to the bar, to the belly, to the hotel, to my always. 'Cause I don't wanna feel.
The way that she like took out like all the words that she wasn't supposed to say in the live show, I think that she literally smoked the hell out of that. Like, if you weren't familiar with the song, like, it sounded almost like that's how it was supposed to sound. Like, she left out, like, the cocaine, the bitches, like, all the stuff that she wasn't supposed to say, like, on the live stage, right? So, like, but the way that she delivered that, like, you wouldn't even know that those words were kind of in there. And like I said, I feel like she literally smoked that section because I'm like, again, you don't know the song. It sounds like that's how it was supposed to go. But, like, you know, that part, those words and those things add the extra elements for me in that song. I love it. Don't get me misconstrued and say that I like it better without it, because I don't. I like it better the way that it was recorded, because she gives you the real. And, like, you know, that's what I like about her. Like, you know, people could say, oh, I like her jazz stuff, right? Or her jazzy stuff's great for me. That's what I liked about Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse was jazz, but she swore in it. She talked about all the shit that Angelina Jordan had to change the lyrics to. That is what I like. I like the real. I like the people who write, this is my life. This is my soul. That's what Raye does. She don't play around with it. I'm giving you the real, no matter what it looks like. No matter what it looks like, and no matter how raw it could be, it's raw and emotional.
Did lost, yeah, yeah, hey.
Wait, she's hitting that note at the end, yo. Oh my god. Oh my god! I had to listen to the crowd, just the energy from the crowd for just a second on that, because oh my god, was that amazing! Oh man, she is something spectacular. I think is probably not even doing it justice in my mind. Again, thinking about. This isn't mainstream music, man. This is not mainstream music, but she is performing on a mainstream a stage this way. And to me, that is what makes her so much more badass, is the fact that, like, there are so many artists out there, man, and that will try to take the grab at the mental health song, because it's a good market, man. It's a good market when you can reach and hit the sad people. Like, people, they grab on you hard. And so a lot of artists, they try and they grasp at it, right? And that's what I call the sunshine and rainbow songs. That's the hold on if you feel like letting go. You know what I mean? Like, I hate to quote that because it's a good Charlotte lyric, but that's the only version of that I can think of that was a decent one of it. But there's always a version that sounds like that song where it's just, okay, it's your version of that song. So Raye doesn't do that. Neither does Ren. That, you know, again, somebody mentioned something about them doing a collab together, and I said, honestly, I don't even know what that would look like. It would probably be not what I would want it to be, but anything they would do is spectacular. Anything they would do together is spectacular, because what they do the same thing. They give you the raw, they give you the real, and what makes her such more of a badass about it is the fact that no matter how big the stage was, she always talked her shit, and she always did her thing. So, good for her, man. Good for her. And thank you so much for the suggestion. I appreciate it. Oh, man, that was great. I am so late to the chat. Oh, man, Ashleyna's up in here today. What's going on, Ashleyna? How are you? Salty Drew's in the house as well. Appreciate you, man. Somebody told me it was going to be okay if I hit my vape on here, so I'm going to do it. Man, That took a lot out of me. I feel like I got through a lot on that one. I feel like I got a lot through. I got a little bit on a tangent. Again, I can't help it. I can't help it. I get so defensive. Sometimes about certain subjects, and Raye tends to touch on those ones, so it does that a lot for me. Lost Hate, I see you, my friend. How are you doing today? Let's see. Oh, no, I didn't see her. Oh, man, I missed a lot in the chat for sure. What's going on, Poe? I see you. I don't know if I said hi to you, Poe. We got Band-Maid in the lineup tonight for sure. We got some Band-Maid. I think I said it that right. I think I said it right that time. Is somebody saying that the audio is bad? Did I miss that? No headphones, earbuds, right? Husband headphones. Okay. Hey, Rob. Okay, I only seen one person say it, so I think we might be all right with that. So I think we're good. Let's see. Oh, yep, Angelina showed up in the middle of Raye. Yep, we did. She said she's here supporting me. Oh, she's so great. I give her such a hard time about Linkin Park, too, because she loves Emily in the new Linkin Park and all that. So I got to tease her every once in a while. So when I find a good, like, Linkin Park meme or something, I send it to her. So, but she's a good sport about it. Angelina's great. If you don't follow Angelina already, you should definitely go check out her stuff, because she has like the best reactions, I think, to no matter if she likes the music or not. So I honestly, some of my favorite reactions from her are some of the ones where she doesn't tend to like them, but you know, just her overall expression is something I think is unmatchable. So she has a charisma about the way she goes about her channel. So I love Angelina. So I'm so happy to see her on here today. So that's awesome. Susie, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you as well. And then Lauren, how you doing? I don't think I addressed you as well, so my bad for not saying hi to you. Lula B, I see you. I agree, vape away. Okay, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate it. It makes it a little bit easier for me to go along around here. All right, what is the next one on the list? All right, we're getting into Angelina Jordan now. We're going to continue the jazz train with Angelina Jordan and Bad Valentine, because apparently I checked out the wrong version. And I am going to do my best to avoid same talking subjects that I talked about last time we talked about Angelina Jordan and her Bad Valentine video. So let's go ahead and check out Angelina Jordan with Toby Gad live at the Alex Theater in her song Bad Valentine. I do not believe this was the very first rendition. I believe that somebody had recommended that this was a better version of an actual live version. So let's go ahead and check this one out.
I stood you up on Valentine, gave you no reason why.
Okay, really quickly, very, very, very fastly. I completely understand why y'all say don't even watch the music video. It's not the same thing. It's not, and already I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I'm glad we're here.
Decided I cut you off without a tear in my eye. I had to hide when I saw you on some table for two. I knew I'd never see the sunshine with you, so I spent my night with them. I thought I told you I would miss you. I heard you right on the start. Roses are red, violets are blue, and you are a fool. 'Cause I'm a bad Valentine. I'm a bad Valentine. I'm a bad Valentine. 'Cause I'm a bad Valentine. Just had a feeling it was time.
Yeah, she again is one of those people where I'm like, I feel like very similar to like a lot of some of the other artists that we check out on this channel as well. That she is just one of those people, like it's about listening to her live singing. It really is. Like, this song is so much better already listening to it this version in this way. It is like even though like she probably didn't hit every single note exactly the way that she wanted to, and didn't probably perform it exactly 1000% perfectly like the recorded version would be. This is better. It's fire. It's a whole different mood setter. It's a whole different mood setter, and I'm gonna have to just block everything about how I feel about the fact that she's signed to a record label now out of my mind, because she signed to what I feel like, you know, the devil right now, and like the biggest artist in the world type of record label type of deal. So I'm gonna block all those concerns out. And I was gonna say, like, there was a part of me that thought that their record label wouldn't even let her still be barefoot on stage. You know what I mean? There's a part of me that thought I wouldn't see that still, like that she still wasn't gonna perform barefoot. Like, that's how concerned I am that they're gonna change who she is eventually. But I'm gonna leave all that to myself. I'm gonna leave it all to myself. We're just gonna enjoy the music.
So let the flowers die. Baby, I've gotten so mean to you, 'cause you're always so nice. You even smile when you hurt, sugar-coated my words. Oh, you should have been breathing fire. Show me you're a fighter. Oh, the time you lost all your words.
Thank you.
Wow,
Finally.
I didn't hear like an accent in there, but that's just me. But yeah, I hear you guys. I hear you. You guys told me in the last video, you guys were like, Johnny, don't worry so much. All your concerns are null and void. They're all null and void, Johnny. She's doing just fine on all that stuff. That no one's pressuring her to act a certain way and all that. And from what I see in this video, I 100% believe you guys. I believe you. She looks like the exact same kind of girl that, like, when I imagined her to grow up, like what she was gonna probably be like. That's kind of what I saw in this. That's why it was probably a terrible idea to start with the music video, because you're probably seeing her, like, the one side of her that she doesn't really do a lot. Does that make sense? So, like, you know, it probably threw my brain off a little bit with the judgment. So I was very happy to see that, like, she just looks happy up there. She looks comfortable. She looks like she is just, you know, exactly comfortable with who she is. And that's all I've ever really wanted. I hate to see people who you can tell they're uncomfortable with themselves because they're being forced to be in positions and look and appear or act a certain way that is not who they are. So that's more where my concern comes from. So this was beautiful. I love this. I enjoyed this so much more than the actual music video personally. If anything, this just made me think about how there's very few like people that I would go like sit up and get dressed up, you know, Johnny Foxtrot dressed up, you know what I'm saying, and go get tickets to go see someone like her perform because you can't show up wearing a Freeze the Fall hoodie to an Angelina Jordan concert. Trust me, I would get the strangest looks for sure. But I might try. I'll wear a Freeze the Fall shirt like underneath my like button up, so that way I can like bust it open like Superman after the show's over. You know what I'm saying? But yes, thank you for the suggestion to go on this one particularly versus some of the other ones. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one a lot. Johnny, got to stop video when you talk. Can't hear you over it. Oh, okay. My bad. Was that just like more towards the end? Women who rock Lincoln Park. Oh boy. Yes, Emily does rock. She does. I love Dead Sarah. I did love Dead Sarah, man. I did. Not a lot of people like that band, and I saw them live. I did. Saw them live. I thought they were great. I actually saw their their bass player. Saw their bass player hanging outside of a venue one time. I thought about waving and saying hey to him, but I was like, nah, I ain't gonna be that guy. But I did recognize him. I was like, hey, that's totally the dude. That's totally the guy. Totally him. Oh no, sorry, Johnny. I'm sending viewers to other channels. Yes, go ahead and promote other people. Just, you want to hang out here today. You go check out Ashley. Ashleyna's here right now. You can go check out her stuff when she leaves. You know what I mean? Now you got to stay here forever, Ashleyna. I'm just kidding. Hey, Johnny, if you're on a jazz kick for Women Who Rock, how about Haley Reinhart and PMJ's version of Seven Nation Army? That is on my list. I think that Haley's Tusk is not gonna let me not continue. I think with Haley Reinhart, there's a few of them that really like her, and I definitely am interested to hear more. I'm definitely interested to hear more from her because they talked about a few different covers and stuff that she's done that sound really, really great. So I'm excited to check them out. Alter Bridges by Plush. Yes, there's a few Women Who Rock that we're gonna have to definitely get into. Next up on the queue for the day is going to be our friends from, oh my God, I forget what their names are. It might be something like, I can't remember, honestly. It's really slipping my mind, what the warning's name is. Oh, that's right. It's, Danny, Paulina, and Alejandra. Our friends from the warning. Steve, I probably missed your message, man. I probably did. Is Unmendable the first one from this concert? Because that's where I wanted to go today. I think that it's the first one, and I just need confirmation from somebody that this is the first one from the Dakota Bar show. Because that was my goal, was to try to hit the first one from Dakota Bar Day. So that's what we were going to check out next. Why I'm waiting for confirmation on that. It's a great time to shout out our unofficial sponsor of the live stream. Shout out to Monster Energy. They do not pay me to say this. I just love their product. I've been using it my whole life, and I would mention it every single video for just one case a month. And more than just my live streams, guys. That's it. I'm not a greedy man. I just want a little love. I want a little love for giving a little love and support for them. No word. Andy Johnny was breaking out individual videos from the live stream. All right. Well, I think this is it. So we're going to keep going. I think this is it. So we're going to just do it. We're just going to do it today. We are just going to get into it. So we are going to continue to the path today. What is going on, Warning Army? I got to always, salute you guys. You guys hold me down since day one. Even though some of y'all, I don't like the fact that I don't see your comments anymore. I don't like the fact that I don't see them anymore. It bothers me. It does. It's like you showed up just to kind of help lift me up a little bit and teach me, and then you just like have left me to go fly on my own. I still miss you. I still miss your comments, guys. I do. And some of you guys come back around, but you know who you are. Oh my God, did I see Jessica pop up in here? Speaking of Warning Army, did I log in at the right time or what? Yes, absolutely you did. You have missed Raye, and you've missed Angelina Jordan, and we're getting on the warning right now, live at the Dakota Bar.
I had to get more. I had to know more about what was going on with this butterfly shirt that Danny was wearing, because for some reason it just drew me back. I just wanted to come. Oh, I just wanted to come check it out. So let's go ahead and get into Unmendable. I don't think I've heard this song yet. Oh my god, this riff is so stupid in the first place. Like, Danny, seriously, I don't know what she does, man. I don't know what's in her Wheaties. I don't know what she eats, but there's something, she comes up with the sickest riffs that just sound so great, no matter what stage of the career that they're in, no matter how overproduced or underproduced or whatever you think, her riffs they're always great. They're always great, and they always sound great in a live setting for sure. And I can't remember what you guys called it, but somebody called out Alays, like her little like move thing that she does, like her little like, I don't even know what to call it. I don't even know what to call it. But somebody had called it something at some point in time, and I was like, that is like a perfect way to describe it. But now I can't think of what it was. It's like this thing that just she does. I don't know anybody other bassist, guitar player, or anybody really stage performer that does like the little thing that she does. And she kind of just have like that same little like movement with like the pow like little thing that she'd be doing all the time. And again, the butterfly shirt with Danny, like, how do you not love that? How do you not love that? Like, I think that she needs to break it back somehow. Like add some sort of butterfly to like a back of a leather like vest or some shit. There's so many cool things that the Warning could do, especially Danny. She could pull it all off. She's like the coolest swag in the world.
One never nice to us, your last one never good enough. But fools, so say you. Oh, you left in your tail what we had. Oh, don't come close, 'cause the standards in our back. When you roll the line, with no one to hold, don't come near, 'cause we won't be here.
Oh boy, somebody's gonna like kill me again, because you guys have told me a million times what that guy's name is, and I forget what his name is. But I love the fact that like in so many of these videos, especially like seems like from this Dakota Bar one, they just like pan to him and he's just like singing along, because I feel like that's what like any of us would be doing if we were watching them play this day after day, song after song, show after show. We'd still be over there just singing along and like, you know, just enjoying this for what it is. Like, this, what I love so much about this Dakota Bar show is it reminds me of like everything that I feel like I ever like fell in love with the Warning. I see like in this concert. Like, this is still like those same girls. But they're grown up now, right? But like, this is who they are at their core, right? And I feel like so many people have kind of done a good job of explaining that to me, of like, watch these things because it'll show you who they are, despite how they kind of have to portray themselves in the positions that they are today. And that's what I've never really hated how they've done it. That's why I've been curious of what y'all thought about some of the collaboration stuff and who they've been kind of hanging around in some of those aspects, because that is the industry side of the things that I was a little curious about how some of the Warning Army was going to feel about that. So, but we'll go ahead and save all that for either your comments. I won't talk about it no more.
Just to waste our time, we make amends and then we fight. Till the earth starts to lie. This has become a war and you won't stop until we fall. Till we're all gone. Oh, you left and you killed what we had.
Kill that shit.
unavoidable for better or for worse, you'll get what you deserve. It's unavoidable for better or for worse, you'll get.
All the lyrics that they have ever done, no matter how old they are, have just been like so, like just like don't like just such strong feminine energy, like always. Does that make sense? Like it's always like such strong feminine energy. That's probably the best way I can think to describe it. Is I feel so much of that coming out of this song. Does that make sense? When like Pow is coming in with like the backup vocals on this, it started making me think about like, oh my God, does she always just sound so great when she starts singing like in that higher register. Me and Steve were talking about this the other day, where we don't necessarily love it when she goes like in the lower register because like her voice just is like it doesn't carry as much like volume with it because like she's not meant to sing like a baritone. She's not meant to sing bass. Like, you know, she doesn't have that kind of vocal range that way. So when she goes to that length, it's kind of like a little softer where she has a lot more power behind that higher register. And so this is what I was like, oh, and we were just talking about this, Steve, man. Like we were literally just talking about this where I was like, oh, that's what I love to hear. And then it made me think about that comment when I was saying about like how Pal looks so sad behind the kit the one day. And they're like, are we even watching the same band? And I'm like, are we? Are you guys watching these videos and then seeing how sad she looks at others? Am I crazy? I guess I'm the only people who sees things with my eyes, man. I'm sorry for screaming, guys. I don't know how loud that really is. So if it was really super loud, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scream in your ears. But like, let's just keep going. Let's keep going because this is giving me everything I wanted. This is giving me everything I wanted. I do think the idea of doing the Lenario. That's what yeah, Lenario, the Queen of the Murder Scene album thing. I think doing a whole live stream of like that record and that performance would be really dope. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we'll do that sometime around the holidays or something. But I think that would be really cool. But like today, like I said, I really wanted to come back to like the energy I felt from this Dakota Bar show, and I love that we're coming back here because this is exactly what I wanted.
What you deserve. It's unavoidable for better or for worse, you'll get what you deserve. It's unavoidable for better or for worse, you'll get what you deserve. When you roll the load, when I want to hold, don't come near 'cause we won't be here. You let us know, gave you a trust. You asked 'cause you chose them over us. It's unavoidable for better or for worse, you'll get what you deserve. It's unavoidable for better or for worse, you'll get what you deserve.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! This is what there's so many of you guys that were saying that like, oh, I just wish that there would be one day where they would go like on a tour and they would just play like all these old songs that like, you know, they barely played live and stuff like that. Like it would just be so cool to like them to kind of go on like that, like, you know, old school run that way. And I'm with you, man. I am with you, ladies. I am with everybody from the Warning Army that has mentioned that. And I was like, I would love that too. Because, like, again, I think that every record that they've put out has been their own individual Warning record. And they've grown with each one of them. You know what I mean? I've heard enough of all of them to kind of get the overall taste of it, right? So I'm very familiar with the most two recent. And I'm getting that much more familiar with the old stuff. But like I feel like there was growth through each record, and it was each like kind of like its own thing and like its own phase. And I feel like the next record that comes out after Keep Me Fed is we're gonna have a different eye for it. We're gonna have a different like what we think about. Like when you guys think about like this Dakota Bar time frame and the Butterfly Shirt time frame, the time frame when Danny is still like letting out some of like the Mexican accent. Like, oh my God, how much do I love that? Like, I wish that her voice kind of still sounded like that, where it would come out every once in a while, where like a little bit of the accent would just come out in the English. But, you know, that's just me. That's just me. Someone will probably say that I'm wrong about that. Make sure you hashtag Johnny's wrong in the comments, because you got to make sure that you let me know what I'm wrong about in this video, for sure. Because I'm always wrong about something. So let me make sure you let me know and hashtag Johnny's wrong in the comments. But I'm so glad that we did this. This was probably like the exact warning song that I wanted to listen to today, even though I didn't know what it was. Like when I clicked on it and I was setting it up and all that, and I was getting ready to put it in the queue, like this is exactly what I wanted. I didn't put out a recorded warning video today, like for the first time in a hot minute on a Wednesday. So I was like, we're gonna do the first warning live reaction tonight. So I was glad that this was it, because this gave me all the right vibes, gave me all the energy that I was looking for today. So very stoked about this one. I don't know if the recorded version is gonna be as good though. Like these live versions are better. They're better, and that's what they need to do, is they need to go and just record like all of those albums, like do a concert, do them just every major city in Mexico, man. This city, you do this album. That city, you do that album. That city, you do that album. You know how many of us from the U.S. would probably make our way down there for something like that? Like at a big show like that? Come on, guys. I should work for a record label. I got some great ideas. Oh man. What's going on in this chat? I can't hear their accents, can y'all? There was a few parts in the song where you can hear a little bit of it. There's a little, like, it came, like when she said, "When you will get what you deserve," like the way she said that, you can hear it. Like you gotta have to look for it a little bit, but it's there. It's definitely there. It is definitely there. Oh, what's going on, Elsie? I didn't see you show up. How are you doing today, my friend? Need to watch their first interviews. That is on my list too. Watching their interviews is on my list for sure. I actually have that one like at the top of my list for a day that I am not gonna do like a song or something. I don't. There's a few interviews that I want to watch. I want to watch that Angelina Jordan like 10 years in the making video that Lliac sent me. I want to watch that one. I need to get into the Band-Maid documentary. They got like the last 3 parts of that one. We have finally gotten down to the pigeon, so we got to get that. I know Roger Chance is excited about that one, and I actually got somebody for the first time today on my band Micah video that wrote to me back in Japanese about something. So I tried writing back the Japanese in them, and they wrote to me, and then somebody else commented in Japanese because they saw that I did it. I've always encouraged people, just like whatever language you speak, if you want to make a comment, make it in that language, and I'll just translate it and I'll say it back. Especially like, you know, once we start going back and forth, like, you know, you'll see that I'll go back and I'll look for you. I'll look for you and make sure I translate it. I might have to ask some people from time to time, because sometimes I have a hard time finding out which language it is, but I typically have a general idea of what it is. So, what is going on, Don Music? How are you doing? Just before I go into my symphony rehearsal. Well, I hope you have a great rehearsal. I hope you have an awesome rehearsal. Aaron Lee just got home from work. Hope everybody is having a great night. We're actually having a great night so far, Aaron. Thanks for asking. I hope you had a great day. And I hope that your night is off to a great start. Would love to see Ren million subs view. Oh, well, Steph Moxie, I actually have a reaction of that on my channel right now. Right now I do. If one of my moderators could probably throw that in the chat for her, for Steph, that would be awesome. But I do have a video of a recording of that. You know, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it's a good one. I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but it is a good one. Anybody who's watched it, they know what I'm talking about. That's one of my better reactions, I think, for sure. All right, so what do we got next on the list? We just hit an amendable. Oh man, we are already halfway through the list tonight, man. Look, we are trucking along. We are trucking along. All right, so the next song that we have on the list is Jules is Dead, and the song is called My Own Hell. I am not familiar with Jules is Dead.
I'm not sure if they are signed to a label or anything like that. They may be an independent artist. It appears that they might be maybe on the newer side of making music and whatnot, because it doesn't seem like there's as much stuff out there for them. But I'm very excited to check out and see what they have to offer. So let's go ahead and check out Jules is Dead. All right, let's put this up. Do it.
Losing myself in the fade, squeezing the life out of faith, gripping the neck, fill up with hate. I am the monster you made, it's taking all of my breath. I mourn the loss of me, merciful death. Now you're down on your knees, but I've got no mercy left. No one can hurt you when you hurt yourself. No one can hurt you when you've made your own hell. No one can.
Oh boy! She caught my attention pretty quickly. I like the overall concept of this video for sure. I like her in like the down on the ground with like the candles lit around her. It's really kind of setting the scene and a mood here with like the overall theme in the music video. When they transition into like the kind of the upbeat part of the song and they kick into that and they had that shot of them like kind of in this open area, looks super hard. It's super fire. And nobody can hurt you until you hurt if you hurt yourself. Oh boy, I love me some good emo lyrics for sure. And this is giving all the emo lyric vibes, so I'm feeling it.
Can hurt me when I hurt myself. No one can hurt me when I am my own hell. I am my own grave destroyer. You're not my protector. My own hell, 'cause no one can hurt you when you hurt yourself. Beating my own self-destruction. I crave this infection. My own hell, no one can hurt me when I hurt myself. They pushed me over the edge, failing.
It's a pretty good chorus. I like it. I thought I had heard like some hi-hat work going on, but what I could see in the video, I don't think I'm seeing that. But it sounded like some double time on the hi-hats, which I think would have sounded really great. I think that they probably could have added a little bit more energy and just overall sound quality when it came to like when they kind of cut into the chorus. Because like I said, I think that overall the lyrical content is pretty solid, and I like the overall what's the word, like the way that we're crafting the story and the way that we're telling the story. I think that there's probably be a little bit more love and attention in some certain areas. I think would probably make it really go a long way. But I think it has a great foundation, and she's definitely caught my attention in a great way because like I like people who the way that she kind of expresses her art and the way that she is kind of creating it. Like for somebody who appears to be maybe at the beginning, kind of like early stages of this, I see a lot of potential here.
Wings, my halo fell from my head. Guess I've become everything they said. No one can hurt you when you hurt yourself. No one can hurt you when you've made your own hell. No one can hurt me when I hurt myself. No one can hurt me when I am my own hell. I am my own grave destroyer. You're not my protector. My own hell, 'cause no one can hurt you when you hurt yourself. Beating my own self-destruction. I crave this infection. My own hell, no one can hurt me when I hurt myself. Lost myself in the fade.
Oh boy! Okay, yeah, I'm gonna pause it one more time and we'll go back because I think we're about to take it up a notch here with where we're going. Because like I said, I don't want anybody to think that I'm hating on this because I'm not. I do like this. I'm feeling it. I feel like I'm trying to do the best way that I can to try to like try to give positive, constructive feedback, if that makes any sense. Because like I said, I feel like there's a lot of great, solid foundation here where like there's a lot of good like presence in the music video.
the way that she kind of like is just like, performing in the video, the way that we've shot the video, we've made it interesting, and we have used those simple concepts to kind of bring those ideas together. I like everything that's working here, and like we're getting ready. Like we got good riffs. Like you just can't hear them very well. You know what I mean? Like there's just little things that I feel like we could have done maybe a little bit better. Like I said, for something very early, like it's almost kind of something like a demo. If this is a demo, we could get in the lab and we could cook this up to be better. We could. That double time on the hi-hat, I'm telling you, is going to kill that chorus. Like, I swear I'm hearing it, but I can't tell because it's as loud as it can go. So, I swear I'm hearing double time on the hi-hats. I know that's the right thing. I know, guys, I know. I'm not a real musician. I don't really know what the real terminology is. So, I know it's not really double time on the hi-hats. That's what I quoted to in my mind. But, yes, there's potential here, man. There's potential. I'm feeling it.
Lost myself
This
in
riff.
the fate. No more life, no more faith. Hurts the neck, filled with hate. I am what you made. Lost myself in the fate. No more life, no more faith. Hurts the neck, filled with hate. I am my own great destroyer. You're not my protector. My own hell, 'cause no one can hurt you when you hurt yourself. Bleeding my own self-destruction. I create this infection. My own hell, now no one can hurt me when I hurt myself. I am my own hell. I am my own hell. I am my own hell. I am my own hell.
Huh. Man, that was sick, man. I actually really like this a lot. Again, I feel like there's some work that could be done to make this better. But again, when it looks like it appears like that we're more in like the beginning stages of this kind of stuff, I feel like there's only room to improve. And like, you know, the drummer, the bass player, the guitar player, they could do probably a lot better job of looking like you're actually playing. Like the drummer was probably honestly the biggest letdown in that way, where you could just tell they're not playing with the music. So, but that's all. Again, you know, not everybody has like the team around them to kind of help give some solid advice and put people in direction. If this is just a bunch of these people who are kind of getting together and put this together like a cell phone type stuff, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Like I said, there's a lot of potential here. So I definitely really appreciate the suggestion on Jules is Dead. I'm going to add this onto my playlist. But like I said, you know, I can find, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to be these absolutely like just like overproduced anything. If it makes me feel something, that's what I'm drawn to. And like I said, she makes me feel something because I feel like she's a good storyteller. She did give me something that I did enjoy. So I would be interested to check out more from her. Shout out to Monster Energy. I'm gonna hit my vape again because man, I feel like I'm out of breath now. I probably did not share the song to this one. My bad, guys. You know, my bad, totally. I was supposed to put this one in the chat just in case you guys wanted it. There's that one, and let me grab the other one. There's that one right there, and I'll grab the other one for anybody who needs that one as well, just in case. That was a great idea that somebody had sent me the other day. Of like, hey, you should totally include those in the chat and stuff, because you can't really put them like in the videos or whatever. Like, because you know, on the recorded version, the separate one later, it'll have all that. But you know, for when we're on here and doing this, it's not there. Jules is Dead, Unmendable. We gotta hit that one. Yep, I gotta give you guys that video. Here's Unmendable by The Warning. And we got one more that I forgot to do.
Bad Valentine, Toby Gad one. Yeah, we've gotten into nothing but good stuff today. We've gotten to a little bit of all over the spectrum, but that's totally okay, because that's totally the Johnny Foxtrot show. Is we get a little all over the spectrum when it comes to this taste. It's hard. It is really hard, guys, to really put my taste, I think, into a category. It is. I guess that's why I say probably the easiest thing is I look for the real. If it makes me feel like this is real, no matter how good or bad it is, I'm probably drawn to it. You know, that's why I can love stuff like pop punk, and I can love a lot of those like more punk rock, you know, terrible singers, if you will, these shitty vocalists, you know, because they still give us themselves. They still give us real. It doesn't just sound as pretty as someone who's a little bit more gifted in the vocal department. You know what I'm saying? But most of the time, their music still rocks pretty hard. All right, so the next one that we got, polyamorous, probably. Jessica, I swear to God, you know, you keep using all of the encyclopedia words that I can ever think of. Like, you know, you were the only person, like I told you in that comment, that told me when I asked that question in that warning video, you were the only person that actually answered it. Only person. I couldn't believe it. Not a single person cared. But at the end of the day, I do understand that the warning army cares way more about the warning than they ever will about Johnny Foxtrot. So I appreciate you, Jessica, for actually answering that question. All right. Poe, yeah, Poe, Roger Chance and Poe, you better not be going anywhere. Polyamorous, even better. That's, oh my God, I might even put that on my thing, you know. I might put that on my Instagram handle bio or whatever. Polyamorous music lover. People already thought that I was trying to do all kinds of stuff with like the Rainbow of Rock thing, because people were very like homophobic about that. Like, what is a Rainbow of Rock? It's just a concept, man. Has nothing to do with it, with the community whatsoever. Never was even a thought in my mind when I did that. But you know, my wife told me I just starts telling people, like back when I still used to do all that Rainbow of Rock stuff. She said that I should just tell people, what does it mean to you? Most of the time they never answer. Most of those people who like to spread hate and come in with some smart ass comments, they never say anything back. So, you know, even if you try to do something and say something, you know, they don't normally respond. They're normally never coming back. I keep thinking of Skillet Sensations easily frozen dinner for family. How's... Oh, I'm over here thinking of... When you said Skillet, I'm over here thinking about the band Skillet, because somebody brought them up the other day. Let's see. We are... Next up is Band-Maid. Myco. Yep, I think I did it right. I think I said it right again. Next we got is Band-Maid and Secret My Lips. And what I've learned about Band-Maid... Have I really not been recording this entire time? Why does it shut off? Oh my God, it's just gonna delay all my process. Oh man, I was so excited about today's stream too, because I was like, oh, I got all this stuff fixed, and then like it just shuts off. Like, I don't know what happens, man. I don't know. I don't get technology sometimes. Why this happens to me. All right, next we are getting into Band-Maid and Secret Myco Lips. So what I have learned through the wonderful maniacs out there, or masters and princesses, if you will, what I've learned from the community is that Band-Maid is like an entire idea and premise of like an April Fool's joke, which apparently is not a very big thing in Japan. They don't be doing that over there. Very serious people. So if you watch any of the Band-Maid documentaries with me, you have also learned, like myself, that there are a lot of jokesters in Band-Maid. Like, they have a very, like, vast sense and open sense of humor. So I love to see that really in anybody. I'm very drawn to laughter. You know what I mean? I love comedy. I love comedy in all its flavors. I love stand-up for sure. And people that enjoy laughter, I'll never understand people that don't like to laugh. You know what I mean? There's a couple of people in my own life, very, very, very close to me, that don't laugh out loud a lot. And I'm like, I just encourage them all the time. You should. You will enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? So, in an effort of the comedians that the Band-Maid ladies are,
they decided they were going to come up with this old alter ego thing called Band-Maid, where they put like I think somebody told me that they had removed all their Band-Maid material like from YouTube. They took they privatized it all. Put out like some letter saying that they are now known as Band-Maid and that they were moving to I think Kyoto. Probably wrong on the city, probably wrong on where this was, but that they were going to be moving to this like legendary location where the geishas and the other thing that I can't remember, that's where they go. And that's where they learn all this, and that's why they're all dressed up this way. So, like I said, I've learned a lot about it. I still got to fill in some gaps, and I will learn more. But this is a band who, for the first time in history, that I'm aware of, and then I think if there's somebody out there, y'all let me know. For the first time in history, a band has created a cover band to cover their own music. That is next level right there. Let's go ahead and check out their cover of Secret My Lips. Secret Michael Lips. Here we go. Guys, I gotta stop it already. You cannot tell me that this is not like the coolest thing you've ever heard in your life. Oh my god, man. They made it so like when you go into like the Japanese restaurant and you hear like the music that they be playing, they made like a metal version of that, man. I don't know what these instruments are called. They told me they did, and they're very, very specific to Japanese culture, and I can't remember what they're called. But best intro of all time. Like I said, I love their sense of humor, man. Like these ladies crack me up. Like learning throughout these documentaries, like them slipping, and I don't think they're probably gonna do it in these videos, but like them slipping in little things of like them drinking in the background, them eating food, like when you're paying attention to people being serious, like they're eating food and stuff. Like I love Band-Maid, man. They are so great. I started off my entire journey with Band-Maid calling them Band-Aid, like probably like many other content creators have probably said, but man, I'm so glad that people kept pushing me, like, hey, you haven't done Band-Maid for like a week or two, like like, hey, you should check this one out, and then people kept pushing me because I'm like, I like it, and they kept kind of gotten off to the side, but like there's something about these ladies that are just special, and they just make me smile, they make me excited, they make me happy, like seeing them like in all these like traditional like Japanese like authentic clothing like this is like so cool. I said that in the first video that we watched from them, and it's like just seeing like a different version inside of themselves is cool because it's like they're really able to dive into something like really hardcore from their culture and like bring their world into it at the same time, where like some people can kind of consider this to be somewhat disrespectful, but the fact that like the people around there allowed them to do this and it was welcoming and they were able to accomplish all this, obviously I think was probably what the majority of people felt. So we get to watch it, and that's so cool that we get to see it. What's so wild about this too is like they all look so much different, like in these outfits. I think somebody mentioned what they're called, kabuki performers. Like, yeah, I'm not as familiar of like, exactly of like what they, like the real terminology of like what exactly they were dressed up as, but there was someone who had told me that this was like basically something that was supposed to be like they're supposed to be like a dancer or entertainment performer type of deal. So it was like that was kind of like the clothing for someone that would do that. So that's cool, but like again, when I'm looking at like all their faces and like what they would normally look like you can tell it's them, but they look so different. Like they just look so different with like this entire like appearance that they do like normal. Like you could, like I said, you could tell it's them, but like there's like little parts of their personalities that like aren't shining through as much because they're not seeing that so much of that individuality from that particular person because they are dressed this way. Like even with that, like guys, like she gave us like a little like 8 to 12 second little solo or whatever that even was, but like every time smokes it every time. I sitting there thinking of like just watching like them perform this song again, playing it again, and just all the things that I have said over and over again about the technicality, the next level musicianship. Their hands are never in the same place for like longer than like a half a second. Their fingers are constantly moving, all of them. Like, all of them at all times. Like, constant. It's just, it's insane how good they are and, like, complex. Like, how do they remember to play all these songs and how they played them? You know, I guess practice, I guess. Yo, Misa was wearing socks and stuff, yo. She wasn't barefoot. The barefoot princess, or not princess, barefoot assassin. Barefoot assassin was barefoot.
Honestly, guys, honestly, I might like this version better. I might. They might have got me on the cover with this one. They might have got me. I might need that little authentic Japanese, like those instruments, like that sound. I might need that little extra version in this one. For me personally, I might. I liked it. I like how they brought it back at the end to kind of like give you that same feeling that they did kind of going into it. Like it kind of reminded you of like we got kind of back into like the overall like rhythm of like what the song kind of is in the middle of it, but they brought it back with that at the end. So I like that they did this. I like the fact that they added these extra elements to like the songs that they've already written, and that they went and covered their own music this way, so they could kind of play with it and toy with it a little bit different and create this entire concept of all these different videos and stuff that they did with this. So it's just really cool to see it overall, and I liked it. Again, I said it a few times now, just like seeing them in this overall like different environment is, I think, so cool and unique, because again, there's so many of them that are just so badass, like at their cores that way, where it's just like the barefoot assassin, right? Like, you know, when you look at Misa, you're like that she's pretty badass, right? But when you look at her here, like you're like, oh, she's all, you know, looking like everybody else. Like, look, she's so different, like so much, like not, I guess, like threatening, I guess, is another. I've said that about them a few times, where it's like, you know, just a different vibe when you see them. How much, like, you know, like people tell me like how much different I look when I'm like when I had like my military cut, bro. Huh. Bam. Talk about never going back to those days. Nah. But my kid was looking at pictures from when he was a baby, and he saw a picture of me in my uniform, like holding him as a baby, and he was like, "Yeah, Dad, no, please don't ever do that again." And I was like, "I don't plan on it. I don't plan on it. I didn't grow my facial hair in my hair for no reason, son." It's around to stay for a while. Misa messed you up bad, Pope. Hey, what's going on, Jesse? I didn't get the exclamation points for you, my friend. Somebody's sleeping. They didn't catch you. They didn't catch you sneaking in. They didn't catch those eyes, my friend. How are you doing tonight? I hope you had a great vacation. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and had a good time. I saw you were up there cooking up some stuff in the lab the other day, so I'm excited to see what you're working on there in the studio there, my friend. For those of you guys that don't know, is our friend from Bell Development is like, you know, world renowned sound engineer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Go check his stuff out for sure if you don't know who Jesse is. Most of you guys probably found me through Jesse, so if we're being honest. So yeah, gotta love Jesse, gotta give him some love, give him some support. Yeah, if Angelina was still in here, I might do a Linkin Park one. You know, I might have just done the Linkin Park one if she was still in here, but you know, I don't think that she's gone. She's probably gone now. I gotta give her a hard time. I was teasing her earlier when she stopped by about doing. She was saying that you should do Linkin Park for Women Who Rock Wednesdays, and I was like, "Yep, you'll do anything you can to get me to talk about it, won't you?" Again, I'm happy for them. I'm just not going. I'm just not going. I watch all the old videos from Chester every day that people post, you know what I'm saying? You know, because there's a whole fandom out there that they post the, hey, here's new Linkin Park and Emily, and then there's a whole fan of like, hey, remember when Chester did all this stuff, and remember that? And we're like, yeah, we do. And that's where I'm on that side. I'm on the wallowing side of the fence, where I'm just like, everybody's just moving on and acting like he never existed, and you know. And that's not cool with me. That's not cool with me. I don't like that feeling. I don't like the idea of people. I don't like the idea of Linkin Park being on a marquee and Chester Bennington not being on the stage with them. It just doesn't seem right to me. But that is my feeling. And Anybody who doesn't feel that way, I'm glad you don't. I'm glad you don't. That's just my personal preference. I'm not telling anybody how to feel about it. That's just how I feel about it. If you like it, then great, good for you. I'm glad that you're able to enjoy it. I just can't enjoy it. So people like Angelina, they are able to enjoy it. And so that's what I said. I just like to tease her. I got to give her a little bit of a hard time because she's on the other side of the fence of it. But as I said, I'm happy that she can enjoy it. I'm upset that I can't get over it. Does that make sense? I want to, but I can't. I can't get past it. I can't. And that's what I said. I'm never telling anybody how to feel about that, especially about music, man. You like what you like. Don't tell me what I shouldn't like, and I won't tell you what you shouldn't like. Unless we're talking about Freeze the Fall, because you should definitely like them. Definitely support them. Go listen to this on VHS if you haven't lately. It's really good. It's really good. And if you like horror movies, their video, even better. Even better. All right, let's see. What do we got next on the list? Are we on the last song already? We are. Oh my God, we've made it to the end already, guys. We made it through all of them today. We are on the last song we got for the evening. And it's going to be from our friends in Lliac, and the song is called Carousel. I've gotten a lot of requests for this song specifically. Somebody had made mention about when they, I think it has a lot to do with the fact of how much I have talked about and how much I've appreciated Melody's theatrical performances. So every time that I've kind of mentioned something like that, they've kind of mentioned that XYZ, hey, you should really check out this one. So let's go ahead and check it out. If I can ever turn this up off the rip. Oh my good God. Oh my God. Okay. I love this. I love this so much already. But if I'm gonna be for real, you could have gave me that another go round. You could have gave me that little started off. They did everything right in this music video to start this first beginning of this. That intro riff, the way that they get you going, it got me. I was ready to rage, man. I was ready to rage, but I feel like you needed to give it to like on another loop. You need to give me one more loop, so I'm gonna go back. You needed to give me one more loop. This riff is stupid! Oh my God!
You only want my advice. Take a trip to cloud nine. I like that feeling of euphoria. It's nice. Or maybe I'm just stoned in paradise. My mind is pacing in this motion. I cannot stop it going over like a blind man seeing potion. I'm going crazy. I'm spinning like a carousel. Oh, it's the thrill I cannot tell. Oh, my head is going everywhere. Oh, I'm spinning like a carousel. Oh, 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 oh.
Oh, guys. Oh, man. Oh, my God. It's not a criticism. Not a criticism. But I need a little bit more power in this riff. Man, I just need a little bit more power. I need it to be a little bit louder. It is too good and too. I would imagine like live. Probably it's another level with the live. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, it probably is just not doing the justice that I just know that it just sounds so good. I love this riff so much. Like, and the way that they have carried and told this story is exactly like kind of like my bag. I dig the hell out of it. Like, I feel like her voice is so unique and different. That's I think what makes me like this band like that is because her voice is so unique and different. When you look at her, like, it's not what you expect to hear, and then like when she sings, you're just like, oh my God, there's just like nobody that really sounds like you, and it's awesome, and it is sick. The video has been sick so far. I love
I love when people do like the crazy people stuff. Like the crazy people stuff, I love it, and they're doing a great job of it. I love it. Like she's like the circus conductor or orchestra conductor. What? Ah, my God, I can't even talk or even think of what she's talking about. What she's doing. It's hitting all my brain in the right ways. It's hitting it in all the right ways, and I just really want that riff louder, man. I just really want it to like just pierce through my soul. And again, I feel like probably hearing it like in a live setting or like a live version of that guitar riff probably sounds so much better. It does. It does. It's just, I feel like it's just like on the cusp of just like just blowing my face off.
Now you look around again. I see you're sitting on the other side with me. It's dozing to a different fantasy. That's my kind of prodigy, baby. My mind is pacing in this motion. I can't stop it going over like a blind man seeing potion. I'm going crazy. I'm spinning like a carousel. Oh, it's different, I cannot tell. Oh, my head is going everywhere. Oh, I'm spinning like a carousel. Oh, 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 oh,
Stop playing with it,
time again, I feel like I'm gonna fly.
Oh my God, look at her rainbow like makeup right now. That is so fire. I was like, oh my, it's cool to like see her like be in something outside of like the hat and stuff like that. Like I'm like, I wish they would have give her a chance to like to have like a secondary like kind of like outfit, if you will. And they did. So like it was so cool that they did. And my God, this is like the coolest thing I've ever seen, because I'm like, this is like right up my alley and right up my swag right here with the rainbow eye makeup.
Time and time again, I'll take off on my ride. I'm spinning like a carousel. Oh, it's different, I cannot tell. Oh, my head is going everywhere. Oh, I'm spinning like a carousel. Oh, 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 no, no,
Oh boy. Oh my God. I don't have any. I don't even know what to say right now, guys. That little screaming thing that she does. That's like my favorite, man. That's like my favorite. I think somebody called it the whistle scream. I don't even know what to call it. The melody scream is what I just equated to now. I don't know anybody else that does it. I don't know anybody else that sounds like her. That you know, there's like I said, there's other vocalists that have been around that have had like things that like that she might like remind you of those people, but there's no one like her. There's no one like her. Oh, and they got the rainbow makeup joint on the hold on. Oh, I love that. Oh man, that was awesome. Like I said, this video was super sick. Overall, just loved the video concept. The song was great. It made me think about Mars. It made me think about how this is like a punch in the face, like of adrenaline. Compared to Mars was a whole different punch in the face. That was like a punch in the feels and like right in the heart. But this one was like a shot of adrenaline for sure. Like this one, it's a good one. I'm gonna do it. I haven't done it all night.
this is gonna be the one that we're gonna do it tonight. But this is the one we're gonna add to the playlist on the live stream because this was fire. And some people try to tell me to stay away from Lliac. You know what I mean? Like how dare they? How dare they say stay away? How dare they say that when they got this great music, and you know they're a family band. They got like full grown adults now in this band. They got I think the drummer just had a baby. I think I saw something about her just having a baby. And like their younger brother and sister, I think are still minors. You know what I mean? And they were like real little kids when they first started doing this whole thing. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? How can you not love a band that's a family band like this? Like, what did they ever do to anybody? What'd they ever do or say? Oh man, yeah, love this. Absolutely love this. Great song. Great song. What a way to end the reaction stream for the night. Oh my good God. That was so good. That was so cool. I don't think there was a song tonight that we did that I didn't like and love. For real. Yeah, because even the Angelina Jordan song was like more on like the fire side of the jazz type of shit. So like that was good. The Raye song got me on a little bit of a tangent. Only one tangent I think today. A little bit of some side tangents, but you know, just one real tangent I think today. But Raye has brought that out in me every video, every Raye video. I'm screaming and shouting. Every one I'm screaming. Ah man, I can't help it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Oh boy. What do we got going on in this chat? I gotta say bye to the group before I get out of here because apparently everybody says I'm still jumping off too early. Like it's the lag is later than I think it is. Mickey Mayfield, are the extras are Fang's volunteers? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love it when bands do stuff like that too. Like, you know, that is the cool thing about being an independent artist is you are growing a community. And I talked about it on the live stream last week that you know, someone had sent me and suggested to go down this TED Talk path of like this artist that was, you know, talking about the art of asking why and the idea of the overall community that these artists build. And you have like the ability to do that without anybody telling you that you can't do it because there's no record label, there's no nothing. It's just literally an open-ended invitation to your fan base, and if you could show up, then great, and if you can't, then cool. Somebody also mentioned about how I was talking about how much Homegirl the drummer was smiling in the last video, especially when it was like a very serious song. They're like, oh, she's always smiling. I said, I love that. I love that she is one of those people. I love a person that can always find something to smile about. You know what I mean? I love those kinds of people. They're very much needed in this world. But it's still going to make me laugh a little bit when your sister's up there, like, pouring her soul out, talking about on her way to Mars, and you're just back there just like, hi, hey. It's just a funny visual when you're seeing her just be so like dramatic. And you know, because someone said that I think they put it the perfect way was like she sings with her hands, and I was like, I love that about her. I do. I love that she's theatrical. I think it's a lost art amongst a lot of performers today because a lot of people are like, why don't you just go up there and be perfect and just sound great? Like, oh, I don't need all that. Like, people are way too picky, man. People are way too picky. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I don't have to be perfect. It don't have to be all that stuff for me. It doesn't have to be excellent execution. You know what I mean? The Warning made a couple mistakes when I went and saw The Warning, but I didn't talk about that. You know what I mean? Every band does. There's no such thing as a perfect show. 21 Pilots once told us, never trust a perfect song. Right there. It's not supposed to be. Art's not supposed to be perfect, no matter how much you might feel it's perfect. It's never really perfect. I like 3 country songs. That was another thing we talked about that I forgot to mention earlier. Foxborough Hot Tubs covered some Green Day songs during some live concerts, but never put out anything official. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Foxborough Hot Tubs is Green Day in under another name. Is really all it is. They also did another band called, oh man, 2020 Surgery. Oh my God, Colorado Ronnie, you might have to remind me of what they're called. I know you know because you just brought up that thing about Foxborough Hot Tubs, so I know that you know. You don't know about Foxborough Hot Tubs unless you're a Green Day fan for sure. There's certain things that will give you away, guys. They are, and I catch them every once in a while when you guys drop them in here sometimes. Where, you know, you'll say something where I'm like, only a fan of that band would like know what you're talking about. That's why in the beginning with Band-Maid and The Warning, you guys would say so much stuff that I had no idea what you guys were talking about. Now I feel like I'm part of the family. Now I actually feel like I'm part of those communities a little bit more. Did Royal Lynn count as country? Apparently she did, Jessica. Apparently she is a country artist. I didn't even finish my thought. I got on a sidetrack tangent again about that. That was another concept that we had about thinking about putting on the Discord was get Johnny to like country. So like anything that is like country-esque, the idea would be something that you think I might actually like, not to try to get me to like some popular country song. You know, that's not what we're looking to do. So, yes, Royal Lynn did technically count because Aaron said that technically she was a country artist. And I told him the other day, I was like, I don't know how I didn't catch the fact that she had an accent because the way that she said, wear the crown, like total accent. You know what I mean? Like listening back to that song every time now, I hear it every time. I hear it every time. I don't know how I didn't hear the country accent in this, but I did. I missed it the first time around. So it did totally count. I'm loving Johnny becoming an angel. Yes, I don't necessarily feel like I'm part of the angel crowd yet. I don't feel like I'm an officiary Angelina Jordan honorary angel quite yet. I think that the Angelina Jordan crowd is still trying to figure me out because, yeah, I probably just talk about stuff in her videos that probably very other few people have ever really probably mentioned about her, I would think. I think that, I don't know. I feel like I talk about a lot of random stuff when I get into some of these reactions. So I think either people love that or hate that. So it is what it is. It's what it makes me think about. You know what I mean? That at the end of the day, music is art, and art is supposed to provoke thought, even if it's about something completely unrelated. If it provoked that thought, it provoked thought. So at the end of the day, it worked. So. The network. Thank you, Colorado Rodney. Colorado. I'm gonna say it right one day. Also, Billy Joe and their rhythm guitar player Jason White play in a band called Pinhead Gunpowder, and they have a new album coming out too. Ooh, I might have to do some checking out of that. Pinhead Gunpowder. Lliac has a country song called Bad Boys. Let's hold off on the country Lliac for a minute. Let's get more through the fire in the catalog before we start testing my love of Lliac right now. But so far, I've been liking them. I'm glad that I did not listen to any of those people that try to tell me like, "Hey, you should stay away from them. You should stay away from them. If you like The Warning, you should stay away." I'm glad. I'm glad I didn't listen. One guy did try to warn me. He tried to tell me. He said, "Hey, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, bro, but just a heads up, there might be some people who are upset." And I said, I get that. I'm glad you're not one of them. But if they're upset about that, then that's okay with me. Because I've said it a few times now. I'm not a stan. I am a major fan of all these people, but I'm not a stan. And the difference between a fan and a stan is you still got to look at them as the human beings that they are. You know what I mean? It's okay to put them on a little bit of a pedestal, but you still got to remember that they're still people. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's hard sometimes to really equate that because it seems like they're so far removed from us. Again, like I said that about The Warning. Like, if The Warning even acknowledged me, I would consider that to be a success in my book. Just the fact that they even acknowledged that I existed. You know what I mean? Because I had that kind of fandom for them. But I also recognize that they're still people. You know what I mean? They can make mistakes. They are going to make mistakes. And that's okay. We're not going to be there to you know, tear them down for that. We're there to help build them back up because that's what communities do. When people are struggling, we help them get through those tough times. So I appreciate you guys for that. Have I ever heard of thrash grass? I have not. I have not heard of them. We got Deidre. I think I said that. Mickey, hello, how are you? Studio, I addressed you, but I did not say hi to you. So I'll say hi to you as well. We would love to see your reaction to Lliac's Master of Puppets. Yes, I would like to get into more of the Lliac reactions of some of their covers, but I've been enjoying their original music, I think, that much more. So I'm kind of putting a little bit of the covers kind of a little bit on the back burner when it comes to them in particular. But I do feel like I need to bring back like the covers on like the weekends or something like that. I thought that was kind of a cool idea, like doing the covers on Fridays, like songs or covers specifically on Fridays. But who knows? We shall see. Thanksgiving's coming up, so I'm not trying to start any like new stuff like that, like, you know, with that week coming up. But I do plan on live streaming during that week. I'm just gonna be in Georgia and with my wife's family. And I'm going to have probably like a temporary background kind of thing. And, you know, it's just going to be what it is. But I'm going to bring the majority of my stuff with me and plan on getting there and still doing some reactions, doing some live streams for sure. I've been really enjoying the live streams, so I've been trying to do those a little bit more frequently. They do take a lot of energy out of me, to be honest with you. So it's hard to do the live stream and then also record reactions on top of that. So that's why I was kind of talking to some people in my Patreon family and my Discord family, especially my moderator team, about like, do you think that people would hate that if I basically recorded all of my reactions from live streams, as long as I could get the quality to be better like they are when I was just doing the recordings? And so hopefully I think I got that figured out. If not, I will still work on getting that fixed because I would like to get to that point. And I think that I can kind of do it that way if I kind of set myself up. So I enjoy getting on here and kind of having the ability to be able to kind of talk to you guys and kind of see some of the comments that you guys are saying. Yes, hashtag Johnny Fox not. I like, because I feel like sometimes you guys will say something and I'll just catch maybe like one little chat out of the corner of my eye and it'll make me think about something. So I like the element of kind of having you guys around in the chat when I'm recording the reaction, because I feel like you guys add another element to it, and I really like that a lot. So I've been enjoying it watching the videos, when I've been watching them back and editing them to post them later. So it's made me like my content that much more. So I think I'm going to try to continue to try to do that more. So you might see me hopping on some more live streams, probably couple unannounced ones from time to time and stuff like that. And, you know, just trying to get a little bit of a variety out there. Because like I said, I really do enjoy this live streaming stuff and talking with you guys. It's been one of the coolest things I think that I've definitely have done since starting this channel. So it's a lot more fun than just talking to you guys in the comments. Yeah, I feel like we can actually get a little bit of real interaction this way. So it's really cool that way. So for anybody who has not signed up, if you would like to hang out in the Foxtrot family Discord, we are always looking for new members. We are steadily growing every day, and it's just a nice place to kind of get in there and just really talk about life and music, man. Like, you know, we try to keep it to a very supporting environment where people are open and available to basically be able to express themselves, especially when it comes to how they feel about music, because that is probably the ultimate safe place for that, where it's like no one is going to tell you that this song sucks or that this song is terrible or anything. Even if they don't like it, they're probably going to tell you that they love it. It's kind of the environment that we're kind of creating over here. Is like, we love that you love it. So if you're looking for that kind of place, you definitely found the right spot if you want to come over and check out our Discord. And then, of course, we always got the Patreon going on up there. Pretty much when I get a video posted to YouTube, I post it up there, whether you're a contributing supporter or not, through monetary purposes, if that makes any sense. But even if you're just a free member, essentially, I give you everything just for being on the Patreon. So my mentality has always been that the support monetarily will find its way to work itself out. And so I'm very thankful for everybody who has been supportive that way. I really couldn't thank you guys enough for that. Anybody who's made a donation request, anything, like I appreciate that from everybody, for sure, 1000%. And again, for me, it's just I just want you guys to be a part of the community. I don't like the idea of like keeping content separated from you guys. I want to be able to give it to you, and I don't want to have to like, you know, you have to be so tiered to be able to have access to this. It will probably just mean that my paid members will probably be the only one to get like really, really personal stuff. But at the same time, I'm a pretty open book already. So I don't know how much more personal stuff I could really give them outside of being like, here's my social, here's my bank account number, and here's my mom's maiden name. So, like I said, outside of like, you know, incredibly personal that way, I don't really feel like there's much more for me to be able to that I don't already kind of give you guys. So, of course, I got to protect people in my life too. So, but I try to give you as much of myself that I can. So, I do my best effort of doing that each and every day with every video, with every live stream. It's what I just strongly believe in. I believe in people being themselves, no matter if that looks good, bad, or ugly. And if people don't understand you for that, that's their problem, not yours. You should be who you are, and don't let anybody ever tell you like who you should be. You know what I mean? Like, you have to decide who that is. And sometimes there's people in your life that can help get you to where you want to be, but don't let them control you. You know what I mean? You should always be in control of your own destiny that way. And so I'm always just encouraging people to be supportive and be themselves. So always love that. Dancing in the Dark is a good original from Lliac. I like that. Johnny has been right tonight. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, man. Yeah, make sure you guys let me know in the comments of all the videos. You know, any video you guys watch, you know, always leave a heart for the artist. Leave a teddy if you like the reaction for me. We're working on our own emojis too in the Discord. Like our good friend Maul has got the emojis working. We got our own Johnny Foxtrot emojis. Oh, it's so fire! So fire! Oh, I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Oh, and thank you, Jessica, and we thank you and like you for that. I appreciate you. I have always been very very conscious of trying to make sure that people always knew that. I don't want you to ever change who you are because you think that I want you to, because I never do. I tell my son that every time I see him when he asks me all the time, what do you think I should do when I grow up? What do you think I should do when I grow up? What do you think about this? I think you should do whatever you want to do, man, and I will support you in whatever you want to do. There's a way to get wherever you want to go in life. There's a way to get there, and we'll figure it out. Even if I don't know it, we can figure it out. There's always a way to get there. You should follow your passions, follow your dreams, and see where that takes you, because you only live one life, right? Like, some of us might believe in the idea of multiple lives, and there's afterlives, all that kinds of stuff, and no matter what you believe, we don't know if any of that's true. So the only one that we know for sure that we have is the one that we're living right now. And if that's the only one you got, you can't waste it. You can't wait for tomorrow. That's why I'm going to say again, you're thinking about starting a channel, you're thinking about writing a poem, you're thinking about maybe writing a book or a short story, or you're thinking about maybe taking up a class like because you're a painter or something like that. You want to learn how to paint. Pick up a guitar, pick up a bass. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. I still want to take drum lessons. I still do. I still bang around with my little electric kit, and I got a little drum pad and stuff, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't know what the hell to practice, but I still do it because I want to learn, and I don't want to like lose the desire to do that, because I did take my major plunge this year. I started my channel, and I did all those things, so I'm like, I can get to the drums. I can get there. I'm still interested. I can get there. I gotta still focus on this thing right now, so definitely want to encourage everybody to do that. And I'll always look out for one another. Look out for one another. We all we got. We all we have. Times are scary for a lot of people in a lot of places. And if you're living in a country or a situation right now where everything is hunky-dory where you are, I'm very, very happy for you. But there's a lot of parts of the world where that is not the reality for people today. So we talked about Ukraine last week with the Sixers.
We talked a little bit about just the state of of things today, and really just North America in general. There's stuff going on in Israel, in the Gaza Strip. There's I got friends who are deployed right now in some undisclosed locations. We got people in Africa, all over the place. Always something in Africa going on. Like I said, there's endless stuff going on all the time, and a lot of people are just not in the happiest days of their lives today. So we really got to do a good job and a good effort of trying to look out for one another, because that's the only way we're going to get through all the tough times. You know, it's not the first time in our lives that we've ever been through tough times, or that any of those places, those countries, or anything has ever been through tough times. Same thing with me. You know, I am battling really hard this seasonal depression right now. I am. I talked about this a few times, where the wave, like, you just know when the season's coming. You just know, you can just feel the clouds rolling in. You know what I mean? Like, you just know it's coming. Oh yeah, the winds are shifting, they're picking up a bit, and I'm trying really hard not to let that control me. You know what I mean? Not to let it dictate my mood. And I'm finding myself saying stuff and doing stuff in my recordings where I'm like, there it is. That's your depression coming and talking. And my wife says it. You guys will see. I get a lot more self-deprecating. I start talking shit about myself a lot in public. You know what I mean? It happens. You know what I mean? I said that in the video the other day, where I was talking about, like, fuck me, right? And I just kind of kept going on that path. I'm like, you know, it happens really easy for me, and I recognize it in myself. But I'm glad that I don't have to face this alone, and you don't have to either. If you need somebody to talk to, again, we have the Discord. We have private messaging on Discord where you can message me. You can follow me on Instagram. I check that all day, every day. So private messages on Instagram also work. Somebody told me I should start a Facebook, but I don't really know if I want to add another social media platform to my overall thing. I feel like that was just, I got to learn other platforms before I start adding more. And I feel like Facebook's kind of one of those ones that's kind of dying. I feel like it's one of the like, barely holding on to life social media platform. So don't really know if it's necessary for my world or not. So, but I think that I have reached the end of my ranting and raving today. So I think I'm going to start my goodbye tour. And I just want to say I appreciate every one of you who has supported and liked, commented, done anything to do with my channel. You guys mean everything to me. I love the community that we're building, and it's, like I said, it's only getting bigger every day, and it just makes me that happy. I didn't think that these kind of things would happen this quickly on the channel, but the fact that they are has just been such a blessing, and it's just so awesome to see it. You know what I mean? Like, we're just seeing a community full of people, like, you know, so connected and starting to get so much more connected. So it's really great how everybody is coming together the way that they are. So again, thank you guys so much for paying attention, watching these videos, any support that you've given. Don't forget to hashtag Johnny's Wrong. And I will see you guys on the next one. I'm not sure when it's going to be. Tomorrow, I might just randomly pop in for a live stream when I have a show that I'm going to tomorrow. So I might just turn on the live stream on my phone just to kind of give you guys a little bit of a behind the scenes look at what I'm looking at in the moment. So I thought about that. So you guys might see me pop up on that tomorrow. And now that I've said it, I probably will do it. But if anything, I'm trying to think, because I don't want to make any promises I can't keep. Yeah, Friday, Saturday, sometime around then, it'll happen again. It'll happen again. So I will try to announce it. We'll probably do a theme night or a random night. Who knows? Who knows? But I am going to say goodbye now and appreciate you guys. I'm going to basically count down to 5, and then I'm going to count to 5 in my head after that, and that's when I will shut the stream off. And if it's not over by then, I really don't know how long this delay is, because I feel like I'm trying really hard to not cut it off in the middle of me talking, but apparently it does. So I don't know, man. I just don't know. So we will give it some time, and I want to say thank you. Lost Hate, appreciate you, my friend. Bonnie, appreciate you, my friend. Maul, always appreciate you. Lygia, appreciate you. Paul, Susie, Steve,
Aaron, I didn't see you on here today, but I always appreciate you. Who else am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting some people. Pixie, I miss you, Pixie. Didn't see you tonight. I think you said you were going to be on another stream, and that you were going to be checking out this one later. So, I will probably see you on Discord at some point. Poe, Roger Chance, all you guys. You guys are all fantastic and awesome. I appreciate you guys. I hope everybody has a great night, and I will talk to you shortly. And I'm going to start with the 10, 9, 8, 7. Jessica, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jessica. Yes, thank you. Forgot to give you a shout out as well. Again, thank you. Always appreciate you. You're my favorite Warning Army person. I think you're my number one. And do me a favor and tell our boy Angel I said hello to. He did pop up and said hello on the chat, so let him know. Let him know as well. So that I said hello. But I will see you guys soon, and we will start the awkward silence. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, if you are a troll and you come on my stream, we will ignore you. Pineapple pizza is trash. Oh, I pissed Maul off now. I love you, Maul. Sorry.